Hello again, Aquarius. Great to have your company again. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au. To the new people here, the new Aquarians whom I haven't met before, welcome. I'd like to take a quick look at your horoscope here for the coming month and focus a little bit on the Mars and Saturn Pluto conjunction taking place in your 12th house right now. And I'd like to do that, I think, in a way that might quickly cut to the chase by offering you a quote which says something along the lines of, "Those who do not remember the past are destined to repeat it." I think that's important because right now, due to this conjunction of Mars and Saturn, Mars, it's a career planet, but it also relates to the development of your ego in direct conjunction with your ruler or one of your rulers, Saturn, along with the North Node or karmic point in your 7th house. 12th house has to do with your past, North Node has to do with your relationships, and right now also you have a retrograde Mercury in the 3rd house of communications. So I talk about remembering the past so that you're not destined to repeat it, in a way suggesting that, but knowing all the while that being the humans we are, it often takes, a few attempts to resolve a problem and to get over those habitual processes of the past. Our karma is such that we don't always learn those lessons straight away, and that's why even as a group, as a race, we tend to still keep warring and doing the same things we did over and over again. We'll get it eventually, and same for yourself right now. But I think what I'm alluding to here, Aquarius, is that you're going through back into your past now, and that's essential for you to work through some of the challenges that you're going through in your relationships. The transit of the North Node in any house shows us what our main desire is, but also where we're going to be obstructed, where we are going to find it difficult to resolve those issues. And so that's a big one for you. And I would be saying to you that rather than beating your head against the wall for the first 15 days of the month, just wait. And there's always a safe approach to even the most complicated relationships, and that is to ask questions. If you're asking questions, you can't go wrong. As long as you're respectful in the way you ask it, you're not facetious or sarcastic. Simply asking questions to the other person indicates that you have a genuine desire to understand. And for those of you that haven't heard my discussion on the word understanding, I think it's pertinent at this point for your prediction for the coming month to break that word into the two words that it is and reverse them. So understanding simply means standing under. To understand simply means to humble oneself. So the frustration here is trying to impose yourself, going back in the past, maybe finding fault with your partner, rather than just shutting up and letting them talk, asking them questions. That's the retrograde Mercury in the 3rd house of communications. By doing that, you are going to open the pathway for much more intimate and meaningful dialogue that can help you, break through and work through some of the problems that you have. Notwithstanding that, you've got a very, very lovely transit of Venus, your most favourable planet, by the way, Aquarius, transiting in your 4th house of domesticity. You can find solace from within the family. And for those of you that are close to the mother, this is really a period where some of these other problems you've got, whether that be the relationship, marriage, business partnerships, work, I'm just getting a sense here the mother or the maternal individual you look up to may have some opportunities to help you resolve some of these problems this month. The 15th I mentioned is important. That's the forward motion of Mercury. That brings with it some opportunity to break through and to stop asking questions and then make some statements. But be careful how you do that. We see also the new moon taking place in that third house of communication. So the new moon is exactly what it implies. It's turning over a new leaf, a new process, a new approach to things. And I think that can only happen in the way you're communicating by taking heed of that retrograde Mercury, going back, asking the questions. And then when you're fully conversant with the nature of the problem from the other person's point of view, then you're able to come at the conversation, the discussion, the communication with a whole new set of weaponry, if I could put, that's not really the right word, but a whole new approach. And I think that's going to make you much, much more amenable to other people. So I think this is an important month. Venus moves out of this fourth house on the 25th, which moves to your fifth house. That relates to your children, love affairs, creativity. I think you're going to see definitely a breakthrough after that forward motion of Mercury, but then you'll see the results of that by the free-flowing creativity that you can experience during that last few days of the month with Venus moving through the fifth house. The final aspect is the full moon in your 10th house, another full moon taking place in the sign of Scorpio, near to Jupiter, opening the way for some exciting new professional activities, which I'll talk about next month. Have to have you coming back, and I do hope you will. In the meantime, don't forget also the more detailed analysis at astrology.com.au, and I do hope to see you again next month. Take care now, Aquarius. Bye-bye.